See when the hot seaweed wasn't there yet.
Hello and welcome to Your Dad Learns StarCraft 2. This is a match on 16-bit LE. It looks like it is Platinum versus unranked. Platinum being myself as a Zerg and an unranked Terran. And in the lower left-hand corner, wearing blue, looks like a little bit like baby blue, powder blue, is my honorable opponent this match, Longster, playing Terran. And in the upper right hand corner is your hero, your champion, your dad, playing Zerg the way that he does. Start out with a little common courtesy, have fun, your 2 Mang, and an extractor trick. Maybe I would tell at this point, I'm very much liking extractor tricks. I've mentioned before, I'll mention again, I don't think it really nets you much. Probably nothing noticeable, but it feels fancy, I guess. It feels good. So, I'm starting out doing it the way that I do. 16-bit LE has your main base start in one corner, a ramp to your third, and a ramp to your natural, which is cut off. They have to fly into it. And Longster is, understandably enough, making a wall near the front of his base. And they're actually making a factory as well. So they're going for a quick factory and double gas. As far as I know, that usually means a mech build. But at this point, I'm not sure. I don't scout it or anything. And honestly, at this point, I probably wouldn't recognize that anyway. So I'm moving some workers over, making some queens, making my metabolic boost, and I have some Zerglings out. I destroyed that plate, I have my 8 Zerglings, and I'm probably going to send them to see if I can get any harass off. And I'm actually sending them also. I'm sending... Oh, I didn't send those 4. So yeah, I'm just sending the 8. Oh, there's a Marine, a couple Cyclones, an SCV, a couple Marines. Uh-oh. They're doing something fancy. I have not seen a Cyclone attack before, but here it comes. They're attacking an Overlord, and here I go. Kill some Marines, get some surrounds on the Cyclones. They actually killed that Overlord, but I kill everything they just had, and they're making more Cyclones and another Marine. So that wasn't too bad, except I stopped producing anything behind this. I'm very prone to this, is something happens or I'm paying attention to something. Like right now, this is what I'm looking at. And I just go back to my bases and realize, oh, I should start building stuff. So, looking back over here again, this is my vision. Just watching myself kill Cyclones. And fighting stuff, see the repair and realizing I'm not going to get in there. So, kill the Marine, and I'm just going to wait out here for their expansion. And they actually bring some Cyclones back, which I believe are going to wipe these up. Yeah. But this has been my vision. Look at those minerals I have. Finally taking a third. Roach Warren's almost done. And I haven't really been building my units, making a lair, making some drones. But I've been attacking, so I know they haven't really brought anything out. And here come 3 roaches for some defense.
Our forces are under attack.
And now I know they're expanding, and I just lose another Overlord. I've lost quite a few this game, but I've been making plenty. So, making some more roaches, some more drones, making a couple Evo chambers, and making 3 extractors. That's those. Just came out. That. There's my 3rd one just right there. My 2 Evo chambers. Working on Glial reconstitution. So some roach speed. Some queens. And I'm actually, remembering to make stuff, which is good. Overlord, some drones. Probably trying to saturate my 3rd base. Because I have 2 base saturation. 1 off there. And oh my goodness, I'm making upgrades, I'm making a macro hatch, I'm building roaches. I'm actually making stuff, that's cool. Have some queens out, one on each base, I'm injecting stuff. What's going on? What is this game? So my opponent gained some weapon upgrades. They're still on 2 base right now, which is where you want to be as a Zerg. You want to, as a general rule of thumb, be 1 base above, 1 expansion above your opponents. I haven't been spreading any creep because I just haven't gotten there yet in my StarCraft life. But I'm making 12 more roaches. I'm making a lot of roaches. I have 80 army supply. They have 53. I'm just trying to build units. Go back to basics, just make a bunch of stuff and see if that stuff can win. Speaking about a bunch of stuff, here come their units. Before their upgrades are done, mine are just about to finish. And they stop outside the base, graciously waiting for my upgrades to finish. And we hang out for a bit. We just don't see each other. There we go. I'm making a bunch of Zerglings. Level 2 upgrades already started. Hydralisk upgrade started. Infestation pit started, so I can make a hive and get my level 3 upgrades when those are coming up. Oh man, the timings. Still a ton of larvae, but we're hitting our upgrades. We're making units. 154 supply to 111, 96 army to 64, and I have more workers. It's feeling like a good game so far. And, as is my custom, I've got a whole bunch of lings. 26 lings hanging out in a corner, not even on top of the Zonaga Tower, which gives you sight. Not even doing that, just hanging out blind. And my opponent is still building their army. They didn't like what they saw the first time. They have level 1 upgrades, and they are waiting to make their level 2 upgrades. They haven't done it yet. They're making their armor now. Perhaps they just have 1 engineering bay? Yep, they have 1 engineering bay, and I don't even know if they have a armory. It doesn't look like they do. So they're not really focusing on upgrades. I am. I'm making some Ravagers. I've recently, at this point in the game, I recently had started trying to use Ravagers. I have not set rapid fire on them yet. Which, if you're not sure what rapid fire is, it's basically the button to cast this, and the button to actually click on the ground and select is just the same button. So you just hold down one key and it chooses the ability and clicks to throw it out there. I also don't notice that my army splits in a ridiculous way. Or maybe I'm doing a multi-prong attack, who knows. Either way, Zerglings are getting one of their bases. They don't lift it off. This army's getting wrecked. I throw some defensive biles, making another base over there. And I've been attacking their main base. So we're kind of in a race right now. Except, I have 2/2 Hydras at home. I'm reinforcing because I have 3 hatcheries left in my base, even though those guys aren't moving. And I was able to kill their stuff there while my guys over here are still attacking things. And Longster throws in the towel at that point. I'm also making 7 more Hydralisks to come out and defend. So good on me. Good on me for not putting this hatchery across the map just so hopefully the opponent doesn't find it. Because look at that ability I had to defend. In case you don't get that, that's something I did in the game directly before this one. Was put my expansion at a very bad spot. So that's been that game though. My opponent was making stuff, but I was actually on top of my macro game, making units. Have 60 drones at the end, have 3 fully saturated bases. Well, as saturated as they can be. Have 4 bases I'll be producing from, and a 5th on the way. So doing a lot better that game. That game, compared to the previous one, was really good. I'd realized some mistakes that I made. I kept doing my upgrades. I made a macro hatch. I expanded. I tried to do a multi-prong attack, which worked. Although, honestly, if I had brought this part of the army with my main army, I probably would have just ran over his army. So the death ball, I think, would have worked, but the multi-prong worked too. It at least forced my opponent into making a decision to commit full on to their attack or try to turn around and defend, and they committed full on instead of trying to defend. And yeah, just a very uncharacteristically crisp game from me. And my opponent didn't play bad either. They just didn't really keep up on their upgrades. They were making a mech army and they didn't make any mech upgrades. And I kept up on mine. Just kept up on making a bunch of things. I expanded a bunch. They had a third. I destroyed it. They were trying to make a fourth, but I killed that early too. So yeah, not too shabby. Not too bad. Yeah, I don't have any notes on what rank that player was in any previous seasons or anything, so that has been that game. If you enjoyed this video, which hopefully you did, feel free to leave any comments, anything you'd like to see video-wise or just comment-wise on what I'm doing. Anything you would enjoy seeing, let me know. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, feel free to leave comments telling me why, or hit that dislike button. It's also down there. Until then, I've been your dad. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.